This is a land not measured in years, but in generations. And for every generation, the dawn brings with it not a promise of peace, but a test. A test of nerve, of strength, and of will written into the very fabric of this ancient earth. This is a place where predator and prey are bound in a lethal dance, a fateful chase that has played out for millennia. Every moment is a gamble where a second's lapse can be the fragile line between life and death. Power is measured not only in muscle but in patience, cunning, and the ultimate sacrifice. Here, sovereignty is decided by fang and claw, and territory is defended by roars that echo across the plains. The victor wins its meal, but in this world, nothing is ever wasted. This is not just a story of the hunt, but an epic of life itself, harsh, brutal, and yet magnificent. Africa, a land of sun, of wind, and of a profound silence filled with the sounds of beings that were here long before us. This is a world where life and death are not enemies, but two faces of one great turning wheel. As dawn breaks, the savannah is set ablaze with gold. Sunlight streams across the plains where an elephant moves silently through the tall grass. In the shade of an acacia, a pride of lions is deep in sleep, the masters of this domain. They are in no hurry, for they know there is no room here for a wasted movement. Wildebeest, like an endless river, flow towards the horizon. The sharp horns of a kudu tear through the air, while in the tall grass a cheetah lies concealed. There is a river here that begins its journey with a promise it cannot keep. The Okavango, a river born to seek the ocean but destined instead to breathe life into the heart of a desert, creating a paradise in a place it should not exist. It fans out into 1,000 channels amidst forests and swamps, as if nature has crafted its own paradise right here. Above the water, an African fish eagle soars. Its cry is the anthem of this land, the call of freedom. and as night descends, other sounds begin to rise. Against the star-dusted African sky, the chilling laughter of a hyena rings out. Botswana is more than a country. It is the wild, living soul of Africa. Here you understand what true freedom is. The warm African sun touches the tall grass. Every muscle in the mother impala's body is strung taut. Her ears pricked swivel to catch the slightest sound, and her nostrils flare reading the messages carried on the wind. Beside her, a newborn calf takes its very first steps. Its still damp coat glistens in the sunlight. For the calf, its mother's body is the only fortress between it and a strange new world. She is warmth, protection, and tenderness in the heart of the wild. She waits patiently while her little one learns the feel of the earth beneath its feet. In just a few days, its muscles strengthened. It will delight in its first real run. A lioness pressed low to the ground is motionless amongst the sparse bushes. Her eyes are fixed on the small form of the impala calf. Her body is coiled like a spring. She is waiting, a moment when the entire world seems to shrink to a single target. In a decisive instant, the mother impala becomes the decoy. She suddenly bolts in a different direction, a calculated act of sacrifice to draw the predator's attention from her vulnerable child. The mother's desperate gamble pays off. For a split second, the lioness is distracted, and that is all the time the herd needs. The hunt is over before it truly began. For this calf today, life goes on. But the hunter's gaze is already scanning the horizon. Her own cubs are waiting, and her hunger will not be so easily denied. The harsh sun casts short shadows on the banks of the Okavango. This is a time for the land's oldest and wisest inhabitants. A herd of elephants appears. The matriarchs, the leaders of the clan, are the first to the water's edge. They carefully use their trunks to siphon gallons of water and drink their fill. Among them is a young calf. Its skin is still wrinkled, its trunk still clumsy. It tries to mimic its mother's movements. No one dares to disturb the elephants. They are the masters of this land, the keepers of generational memory. Suddenly, the calf, mesmerized by the sparkling light on the water, slaps its trunk down, sending droplets flying. Its childhood is carefree in the heart of Africa. The elephants finish drinking. The oldest female, the matriarch of the herd, slowly leads the group forward. They must cross the Okavango River. The adults enter the water first. Their massive bodies float with ease. Soon only their heads can be seen bobbing in the current. But left behind, a small figure hesitates at the river's edge. It backs away again and again, its wide eyes staring into the seemingly endless deep water. To him, this is not a river, it is an ocean. But his mother, already far out, stops and turns. A low, gentle rumble urges him forward. Two other adult females are right beside him, forming a natural barrier, preventing the current from sweeping the little one away. He realizes he is swimming almost without effort. With its trunk held aloft like a snorkel, it paddles furiously, buoyed by the silent, immense presence of its mother. And then, solid ground. He has crossed the great river. A lesson in courage has been learned, though he does not know it yet. For now, there is only the comfort of his mother's side and the sweet taste of victory. It just happily shakes its trunk and nuzzles its mother, as if to ask, was that all there was to it? The sun climbs higher. A few of the adult elephants are in no hurry to leave the cool river. They submerge themselves deeper, letting the gentle waves wash over their backs. Their supple trunks entwine, sending water splashing high. This is not a threat, but something akin to laughter. A deep, resonant sound, but one full of joy. One elephant dives deep, leaving only the tip of its trunk above the water like a periscope. Then it bursts up, suddenly showering hundreds of diamond-like droplets. Though they are grown giants bearing the scars of past battles, now they are just carefree children of the river. Even after a water play, the hot wind quickly dries the elephant's skin, but they have a way of saving themselves from the heat and the harsh sun. But they have a way of saving themselves from the heat and the harsh sun. Ahead lies a large mud wallow, a true gift of nature. The adults use their trunks to scoop up mud and spray it over their backs, creating a natural protective layer. One female lies on her side and drops into the mud with a great splash. Others follow. Some roll over, others flip onto their backs, happily waving their legs. The little calf hesitates at first, but curiosity wins. It takes a step, and its soft feet sink into the warm mud. Soon it is rolling around like a ball, using its tiny trunk to fling mud into the air. Its eyes shine with delight. The adults watch the little one with a gentle indulgence. The game continues until the entire herd is caked in a dark layer of mud. Now they are protected from the heat and insects. But the fun does not last forever. On the savannah, peace can be shattered in an instant. The herd, content after their mud bath, slowly moves on. The calf trots beside its mother, occasionally touching her leg with its trunk as if to check she is still there. Suddenly feeling thirsty, it presses against its mother's belly and begins to nurse. The female pauses for a moment, patiently allowing her child to be satisfied. The river belongs to all. As the giants slowly depart, yielding the space, another force just as numerous and powerful approaches. From a distance, a cloud of dust rises, heralding the arrival of a herd of Cape buffalo. They move as a dense living wave. They are heading for the river where just minutes before the elephants were playing. The elephant herd pauses, observing the newcomers. The lead elephant, an experienced matriarch, signals for the herd to move on. Their heavy, confident steps carry them deeper into the savannah. The buffalo, paying no mind to the elephants, approach the riverbank. Thirst drives them on. The first ones have already lowered their heads to the river, drinking noisily. After quenching their thirst, the herd lies down to rest. One of the buffalo seems to have fallen into a deep sleep. Just then, a tiny guardian descends from the sky, a red-billed oxpecker. It lands on the buffalo's head and looks around carefully. Its beak works tirelessly removing parasites. The buffalo just twitches its ear out of habit. This is a service that benefits it. The Okavango River flows silently. The hippos, almost completely submerged, look like huge dark rocks. In the bush, lion cubs lie in the shade watching the movements of the hippos. Their amber eyes sparkle with curiosity. One of the cubs, tired of watching, stretches out on the hot sand and closes its eyes. Another remains vigilant, gazing into the distance, studying the world that will one day become its hunting ground. The lioness dozing nearby seems calm, but her ears twitch at every rustle. Even in sleep, her duty to protect her cubs never ceases. On the other side of the river, a different scene is unfolding. Lionesses are hunched over their prey. Their powerful jaws work tirelessly, tearing at the flesh. This is their reward after a long hunt. Each one hurries to eat its fill before the males or hyenas arrive. Here, the law of strength and skill is on their side. They have earned this victory, and on the savannah that is the only justice that counts. One life ends so that others may continue. And in this great cycle, nothing is squandered. The death of one is the beginning of a feast. There is no regret, no compassion, only the unending cycle of life and death. The carcass of a buffalo lies motionless. A committee of vultures has gathered. They know that nature never wastes a thing. A few vultures have already spread their wings, jockeying for a position near the tattered remains. One uses its sharp beak to probe deeper, tearing through the tough hide. One of the vultures, without a moment's hesitation, plunges its bald head straight into the dead buffalo's mouth. Its hard beak skillfully seeks out the soft tissues within. It feels no disgust or fear. This is its role in the great cycle of life. Whoever falls becomes food for others. The water of the Okavango froths around the heavy bodies of crocodiles. Their massive jaws are locked onto the carcass, which spins helplessly in the water. One of the predators rips off a piece of flesh and begins to spin violently on its axis, a technique known as the death roll to tear its prey apart. A mother baboon walks leisurely, while her infant clings to her belly, trustfully observing the world with wide, innocent eyes. Its tiny fingers grip the thick fur while a young relative follows behind. It tries not to fall behind to feel the warmth of the family. Another baby baboon clutches its mother's fur, hiding its small face in her warm embrace. Its large eyes are full of wonder and curiosity. Here in its mother's arms, the world seems safe. In a world where survival is a daily struggle, such moments of tenderness are the most precious gift. By the riverbank, a baboon stoops to drink. It is wary, knowing the river holds its own secrets, and that a predator could appear at any moment. Meanwhile, another female, sitting among the rocks, tenderly grooms her young. Her hands move with confidence and care, nurturing the future of the troop. Nearby, young baboons perform a morning ritual. They carefully pick lice from one another. This is not just hygiene, it is bonding, friendship, and support. These social bonds are the very threads that ensure survival. But even the strongest threads cannot defy the laws of time. In the savannah bush, an old skeleton stands as a silent reminder of the cycle of life. First, a vulture approaches. But it is not the only scavenger. A pair of black-backed jackals emerges from the thicket. The vulture immediately yields its position. The jackal sniffs carefully, then takes a tentative bite. The skeleton rattles, slightly startling it. But in truth, there is little left here to eat. The day on the savannah fades. The air, once hot, is gradually filled with the coolness of night. The Okavango River carries with it the stories of the day that has passed. Its surface glitters with the reflection of the stars. The savannah at night is not silent. And as one day ends, another awaits its moment, hidden in the darkness. It is the whisper of the grass, the mating calls of insects, and somewhere in the distance, a majestic roar affirming territory. Life goes on intense and mysterious under the velvet. Muscles draw taut like a bowstring waiting for the lethal release. Every gust of wind carries the scent of danger and hot blood. Here, a single misstep can cost everything. And as the sun sinks, the air still hums with the echoes of an unfinished battle. On the sun-scorched savannah, a lone buffalo grazes, utterly oblivious that its destiny is being sealed from a distance. Concealed by the ochre grass, a pride of lionesses tracks its every motion with infinite patience. Every gaze is fixed. They are waiting for the opportune moment. Suddenly, the air itself seems to hold its breath. A silent shuffle of paws. And then the signal is given. The pride erupts, transforming the landscape into a maelstrom of dust and claws. Confronting a Cape buffalo is a task not for the faint-hearted. To bring down such a behemoth, each member of the pride must play its part to perfection. One lioness dares to breach the gap first, Naira, the seasoned huntress who never shies from the crucible of the hunt. Yet even she knows this is not a battle to be fought alone. She needs Shadow, the pride's lone male and her once trusted ally. But as the critical moment arrives, Shadow falters. He holds back, leaving Naira to face the dagger-like horns alone. The buffalo retaliates with savage force, tossing the huntress to the earth. In an instant, the hunter has become the hunted. Naira scrambles to escape, but Shadow is nowhere to be seen. But it is a fleeting victory. Alone, the buffalo cannot hope to withstand the entire pride. As Naira recovers, the lions regroup and tighten their siege. This time there is no escape, and the scales of fate tip decisively in favor of the predators. As the sun climbs higher, painting the savannah in hues of orange and gold, a great dark mass begins to move. It is the herd of African buffalo giants that together form a living wall of muscle and horn. The powerful buffaloes can measure nearly 10 feet in length, while the females, though lighter, are no less formidable. At the heart of the herd, new life is sheltered. Calves only a few months old walk on unsteady legs encircled by a protective ring of mothers and other females. In this vast, shifting society, power is not seized by brute force. It is shaped by the passing of the seasons. Leadership is a mantle of wisdom worn by the most experienced of the lead females. She is the matriarch. Her horns, worn by a lifetime of trials, are not merely weapons, but a crown of experience. For etched into her mind is an unseen map, a chart of ancient riverbeds now turned to dust, and of secret subterranean waters that whisper only to her bloodline. Every step she takes is a calculation, a decision weighed against the ghosts of past droughts and the echoes of lost calves. She is the memory, the guide, the living history of the herd, and her burden is the survival of all. On the restless fringes of the herd, the mature buffaloes form a living rampart. But not all eyes are turned outward searching for danger. Here, another kind of power is stirring. He is a challenger. His horns, still dark and razor-sharp, have not yet known the dry crack of a true contest for dominance. His gaze is fixed not on the horizon but inward, toward the established buffaloes. He is ambition personified, a storm of muscle and testosterone waiting for his moment to break. In his young eyes, the scars of the old buffaloes are not badges of honor, but signs of weakness. Their temper is unpredictable, and to encounter a lone buffalo is to face an impending storm. These wanderers are scarred and battle-worn, with chipped horns and a wary gaze. Disputes for status among the buffaloes can erupt without warning, turning silence into a confrontation of raw power. The herd continues its journey. The sound of hooves, of heavy breathing, and the rasp of thick hide against hide creates a symphony of survival. And at the very heart of this world of giants, protected from ambitious rivals and predators alike, is the smallest life. To this newborn, the world is a forest of moving legs. Its mother's scent is its only compass, her soft lowing its only law. Its life depends not on its own strength, which is non-existent, but on the unbreakable bond with its mother and on the living fortress of the herd. It is the future, a fragile promise on unsteady feet. And for it, every dawn is a victory. As the heat intensifies, the herd's pace slows. They know a rest under the shade of acacia trees is near, but vigilance is never abandoned. Though social creatures, buffalo maintain a complex and not always peaceful hierarchy. Two giants, each nearly 2,200 pounds of muscle and grievance, stand face to face. Two giants, each nearly a ton of muscle and grievance, stand face to face. There is no roar, no threat. Only the deafening silence of imminent violence. And then the earth itself seems to shatter. The colossal horns meet with a dry crack that echoes across the plain. The thick boss of horn, where they fuse across the forehead, acts as a natural shield, protecting them from the thunderous blows. These battles are rarely fatal, but the victor reinforces his position, while the loser must quietly retreat. This is the unwritten law of the savannah, ensuring that only the strongest buffaloes maintain the social order and pass on their genes. Meanwhile, the rest of the herd remains unperturbed. Bold oxpeckers perch on the buffaloes' backs, picking off parasites in a mutually beneficial arrangement. As the sun reaches its zenith, the herd seeks out the sparse shade of the acacia trees to rest. Even now, their eyes remain watchful, and their ears swivel, catching every suspicious sound. The afternoon wears on and the heat forces the herd to move again. The herd's organization is a masterpiece of survival strategy. They travel in a long, tight column with the young protected in the middle and the buffaloes forming a living barrier on either side. For the African buffalo, water is both a source of life and a place of immense danger. Many rivers are the domain of Nile crocodiles. As the herd approaches the riverbank, the experienced ones go first to test the way. They scent the air, watching the water's surface for any suspicious ripple. But caution is not always enough. From the murky stillness, an ancient reptile erupts in a blast of violence. Jaws clamp down on innocence. But the herd's reaction is not to flee. It is fury. A wall of horn and muscle turns on the attacker, a living fortress united with a single purpose: to reclaim their future. This willingness to defend their own is one of the buffalo's most potent weapons. Unlike many other species, they rarely abandon a member of the herd. When one is attacked, the herd's response is almost always to confront, not to flee. It is this trait that makes even lions think twice before attacking. However, during the long migrations of the dry season, the old weak or injured may be left behind. The survival needs of the herd must sometimes override any single bond. As night falls, the savannah's most cunning predators begin to stir. Lions, masters of the ambush, know that to bring down a buffalo requires strategy, not just strength. When danger is detected, the buffalo quickly form a defensive circle with their horns facing outward, creating a living fortress. Dawn reveals a depleted landscape. The dry season is at its peak, and the migration in search of water and food becomes a test of endurance. The young struggle to keep pace with the herd, while the old, their bodies scarred, begin to lag. But the herd does not stop. The collective memory of the lead females is the invisible map that guides them. They remember where water was found in years past, a legacy of survival passed from one generation to the next. Even in the face of adversity, the buffalo persist. Their robust bodies are capable of storing energy, and their metabolism is tuned to withstand periods of scarcity. With heavy steps and determined eyes, the herd pushes forward. Because for the African buffalo, to stop is to die. To move forward is the only path to life. Beyond their physical power, African buffalo possess one of the keenest minds among herbivores. Their memory is a formidable tool for survival. They can remember places of danger and are even believed to be capable of ambushing hunters who have previously wounded them. It is this behavior that has earned them their reputation for being unpredictable and dangerous. Communication within the herd is also a testament to their intelligence. Low, almost whispered sounds signal the direction of movement, while sharp snorts serve as a warning of danger. As the seasons change, they adjust their routines. They prioritize grazing during the cooler hours of the day to conserve energy and congregate in areas with remaining water sources. In the vastness of Africa, the buffalo is not just a survivor, but a master in the art of confronting adversity with intelligence and solidarity. Under the twilight sky, the buffalo herd moves like a living river of strength and will. Their greatest weapon is their collective spirit, the ability to protect one another and adapt in a world where only the strong and the wise can endure. This is more than a giant of muscle and horn. And so they walk on a river of life carved through a timeless land. They are more than just muscle and horn. They are a living testament to a simple, brutal truth that to survive you must stand together. And in the quiet gaze of a lone buffalo, one sees a reflection of Africa itself, wild, indomitable, and eternal. Nature reserves, it seems, are never dull. Yet the most celebrated locations often leave the deepest impression. We find ourselves now in one such place. This is the Chobe National Park in Botswana, a place of unique significance, situated near the confluence of four nations: Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Namibia. It is truly one of Southern Africa's finest sanctuaries. The park lies beside the vast and picturesque Chobe River, from which it draws its name. Spanning over 4,500 square miles, it is the nation's third largest park. Botswana is renowned for some of the world's most stringent conservation laws enforced by vigilant patrols that guard these protected territories. Each year, hundreds of thousands of visitors journey from across the globe to witness its breathtaking landscapes and so much more. The park is, of course, home to a thrilling abundance of animals and birds. Visitors can venture deep into the park by vehicle or by boat for a chance to encounter them. Yet even within the grounds of a lodge, an unusual guest might well pay a visit. It is not only the human visitors who feel at ease here, but the local residents too, both great and small. A young hippo. Calves remain exceptionally close to their mothers for a very long time. A waterbuck grazing peacefully. This animal has a simple and effective strategy for deterring predators. It keeps to the shallows where its enemies are often reluctant to follow. For the masters of the savannah, the day is not a time for action, but for a profound and strategic stillness. Every slumbering sinew conserves the explosive energy required for the coming hunt. These predators typically become active only as dusk descends. Their hunt begins at sunset and continues until dawn. At first glance, it may seem that securing a meal is no great challenge for the kings of the savannah. In truth, however, only 1 in 5 of their hunting attempts will end in success. So when the opportunity arises, a lion can consume up to 66 pounds of meat in a single sitting. It doesn't even chew thoroughly, but swallows great chunks whole. If there isn't enough to go around, the hunter might eat only 11 to 15 pounds. It's worth remembering that a pride, the term for a group of lions, can number up to 40 individuals. To secure the necessary amount of meat, they must exert a tremendous effort. It is why lions often appear so weary and are so frequently at rest. They can spend up to 20 hours a day doing just this. The Nile crocodile, a colossal reptile. Its weight can range from 500 to 1100 pounds, and its length from 11 to 20 feet. There are individuals, however, usually males, that can weigh as much as a ton. This predator is not merely resting, it is waiting. Crocodiles are such patient hunters that they can lie motionless awaiting a future victim for hours or even days. They may lurk somewhere near the bank, typically no more than 160 feet from the water's edge, or they can remain submerged, lying in wait until prey comes to them to drink, for instance. When the prey is close enough, the crocodile strikes and then tears it apart. These reptiles, incidentally, were contemporaries of the dinosaurs. Their ability to survive for long periods without food and to remain underwater gave them the means to endure circumstances in which other species perished. A crocodile possesses between 64 and 68 exceptionally sharp teeth. Furthermore, if a tooth is broken, a new one will eventually grow in its place. Here, evolution has engineered the ultimate weapon. A force of finality delivered in a single shattering moment. To be caught in these jaws is to understand the absolute inescapable power of the river's ancient king. A wire-tailed swallow perched on a branch. Most likely it is about to take flight to hunt. It feeds on insects, mainly flies, which it catches on the wing. This graceful bird measures only about 5.5 inches. The male looks very much like the female, although his tail streamers are longer. An oxpecker never misses an opportunity, however small, to alight on a hippo's back. African openbills can be found near bodies of water. They are busy feeding on freshwater mollusks, the mainstay of their diet. This is a true paradise for hippos. They live in small groups of about 20 to 30 individuals. Such an animal can weigh from 1 to 4.5 tons. Elephants always move together whether to feed or to drink. Such a community might number 10 to 20 individuals. However, there are also herds of up to 70 or 100 elephants. It is very difficult to confront even a single elephant when such great support is alongside in the most literal sense. The predators know this well. Hidden among the adults are the smallest members of the herd. They will only reach reproductive age at around 10 years old. At about 2 years of age, the young elephants will leave their mothers and join their peers. The entire herd, however, continues to care for them. An elephant needs about 26 gallons of water a day, or even more, depending on its size. Crocodiles, strangely enough, are quite social creatures, but they are not attached to their group. The large old males live mostly solitary lives. An average group of crocodiles might have 10 to 12 individuals. They often unite to search for food. 70% of these predators' diet is fish. In principle, however, they can eat any animal, including humans. Sadly, in recent years, there has been a trend of crocodiles viewing people as potential prey. The number of victims ranges around 300 people per year. About 65% of these cases are fatal. Crocodiles have a rather interesting hunting tactic. For example, they can form a semicircle along a river, blocking the path of a school of fish, making them easier to catch. Within these animal groups, there is a very clear hierarchy based on the age and size of the individuals. The older and larger males are dominant. A violation of the hierarchy can lead to a rather aggressive confrontation, which may even end in death for one of the violators. Sometimes a crocodile flips onto its back. This is a signature technique unique to this reptile. Zoologists conventionally call it the death roll. Its essence is that the crocodile uses it to tear its prey into smaller pieces. Contrary to popular belief, they do not even chew their food, but tear and swallow it. By rotating its body, a crocodile can easily tear off a piece of its kill after having clamped down on the victim with its sharp teeth. The African openbill, in addition to snails, will also readily eat frogs, shrimp worms, and small fish. When food is scarce, they may even eat large insects. They search for their prey by strolling slowly along the water's edge. A juvenile malachite kingfisher. Young birds have black bills, whereas adults have bright red ones. The Goliath heron is a very patient bird that can wait a long time for its prey. The African buffalo does not stray more than 9 miles from a water source. In one go, an animal can drink 8 to 9 gallons of water. It is also an excellent swimmer. Crocodiles hunt both in the water and on land. In the first case, they can hold their breath for several hours. The entire skin of a crocodile is covered in small black spots. These are pressure receptors. They allow it to register the slightest movements in the water and thus react to the appearance of potential prey within reach. The impala is one of the most numerous antelope species on the African continent. Their numbers outside of protected areas have never significantly declined, even though they have always been a coveted prize for many predators. This is a herd of females, as they have no horns. That feature belongs only to the males. The number of individuals in such a herd can be 15 or it can be up to 100. Along with the females are the young. They usually give birth in their second year of life. Living in a herd is the safest option for impalas. It allows them to detect a predator more quickly and to scatter in a way that disorients it. The lioness is much smaller than the male lion. Females of this species can weigh from 275 to 400 pounds, while males weigh between 330 and 570 pounds. Lionesses, however, are far more agile and tend to work as a team. Consequently, they are responsible for 90% of the pride's hunts. The females are also responsible for the young. Now they are resting in an open space. These predators usually hunt from an ambush. The white-fronted bee-eater loves to hunt bees. Although this bird essentially eats any insect it can catch in flight. And then a flash of incandescent red against the canvas of green. A living ember, the red-billed firefinch seems to set the very air alight with its presence. This is a male of the species. The female is a grayish-brown. True, they are not as colorful, but they have no need for it. Such beautiful plumage is necessary for the males to attract a mate during the breeding season. They do this not only with their brilliant colors. The male takes a branch, a blade of grass, or a feather in his beak. They begin to dance before the female they wish to impress, and even sing while doing so. The weight of such a tiny creature is only between 1/4 and 1/2 ounce. This bird has as many as 6 subspecies. It feeds on the seeds of various grasses, berries, and small insects. A giant kingfisher rests on a branch. This is one of the largest birds in its family, with a length that can reach 18 inches. It can be found on the banks of water bodies. There it searches for fish, amphibians, and the crabs it so loves to eat. The malachite kingfisher is a beautiful and unusual little bird, measuring about 5.5 inches. Scientists have identified 5 subspecies of this bird. It feeds on small fish, aquatic insects, and small crustaceans. The African darter is a beautiful and rather large bird. Its length ranges from 33 to 35 inches. And here is the colorful lilac-breasted roller. It weighs only about 3.5 ounces. Besides insects, it also eats lizards, scorpions, small rodents, and even other birds. The lion's hunt for a buffalo calf has begun. Despite their formidable appearance, lions prefer weak and small prey which is easier to catch. However, they never risk approaching a full herd. Even herbivores can easily trample a predator as a group. Because the lioness is faced with a female buffalo and her calf, the outcome of this hunt is very much in question. These hoofed animals are capable of goring and killing a lion. So the predator proceeds with great caution. The Nile monitor can be quite light at just under 2 pounds, but it can also weigh up to 44 pounds. Although the species is common, it has not been fully studied. This reptile has a strong body and legs, a long tail and truly powerful jaws. Its limbs end in long clawed toes. The animal uses them to dig burrows, to climb, and to tear apart its prey. They eat small mammals, birds, and their eggs, mollusks, crabs, snails, fish insects, in short, anything they can find. The hippo opens its mouth wide to display its deadly arsenal long canine teeth, which can grow to be a foot long. These attributes have become a commercial alternative for poachers. Due to the ban on the ivory trade, they have begun to hunt hippos for their tusks. These teeth are no less valuable on the black market. As you can see, the African jacana is a unique bird that can walk on water. It's all thanks to its small weight, from just 6 to 10 ounces. This bird is a poor flyer, but an excellent diver and swimmer. It feeds on aquatic insects, mollusks, and other small invertebrates. This bird is also interesting for its atypical sexual dimorphism. The females not only differ from the males, but are also larger than them. The crocodile's main hunting tactic is the surprise attack. Even though it cannot pursue prey for a long time, it can seize it the moment it comes within a dangerous distance of the predator. In fact, most of the time, animals and birds in the wild are either looking for food or resting. Oxpeckers help many animals get rid of parasites quickly, but not always painlessly. However, the cleaning of small wounds is of great importance for health, so they can endure it. In a single day, a hippo eats an average of 90 to 110 pounds of plant food. Near the river, that is usually fresh grass and various algae. The Goliath heron is a rather large bird, about 4 feet tall, with a wingspan of 6 to 7.5 feet. It usually weighs between 9 and 11 pounds. It feeds on fish, and quite large ones at that, up to 2 pounds. It may supplement its diet with insects, amphibians, and even small mammals. The Black Death. That is the nickname the African buffalo has received. They are unpredictable and can attack humans, capable of tossing a victim on their horns and tearing them apart or trampling them if they accidentally get in the way. Hunting these animals when they are together is very dangerous. There have been cases of buffalo killing even professional hunters. Herds of these ungulates can number from 50 to 500 individuals, and during the rainy season, they can merge into groups of about 1,000. This is a defensive tactic against predators. The sheer number of these powerful herbivores frightens them away. However, lions will always be glad to attack a lone animal with their whole pride. On the list of the African buffalo's enemies are also leopards, hyenas, and African wild dogs. The great egret lives up to its name. Its weight alone ranges from 1.5 to 3.5 pounds, and its height reaches 3 feet. It moves slowly or waits for prey in the shallows. Its victims are usually frogs, snakes, fish, shrimp, as well as small rodents and various insects. The daily routine of a buffalo usually consists of periods when they go to graze and periods of rest when the animal simply lies down and digests what it has eaten. The Goliath heron is a solitary bird. It hunts by walking slowly along the shoreline. As soon as it sees prey at a distance that guarantees success, it seizes and swallows it. The African fish eagle looks into the distance. This is a fairly large bird, weighing between 4.5 to 8 pounds. It exhibits sexual dimorphism. Individuals of both sexes differ, with the female being heavier than the male. It prefers fish and catches them in flight, approaching the water's surface for just a few seconds to snatch its prey from its familiar environment. However, this bird is not averse to diversifying its diet with other animals and birds. Specifically, these can be small water birds, turtles, snakes, and frogs. Now it is clear how sturdy the horns of the African buffalo are. In males, they gradually merge, forming a kind of shield around the head. This frontal shield, a fortress of bone forged over a lifetime of battles, can deflect almost any natural threat. Yet this very symbol of invincibility has become its curse, marking it as a target for a danger it was never evolved to face. It can even sleep with its eyes open. Now it is clear what its skin is like. It is very popular on the markets of many countries around the world. The skin on the back is harder than the skin on the belly. From the belly skin, very fine items are made that resemble the skin of an animal. An interesting fact, the skin on a crocodile's back is so durable that it can withstand a gunshot or a spear thrust. The common warthog has the longest gestation period among pigs, averaging 170 to 175 days. That is almost half a year. The piglets are born weighing only around a pound. Both young and adult warthogs love to roll in the mud. In this way, they create a protective layer on their skin against various parasites. These animals are omnivores, meaning they can eat both plants and food of animal origin. The territory of Chobe Park is home to one of the largest elephant populations on the African continent. According to rough estimates, there are about 50,000 individuals. As you can see, the elephants are flapping their ears. In this way, these giants cool the blood circulating there and thus quickly cool their entire body. Also, by flapping their ears, elephants communicate with each other, for example, to greet one another. Both the elephant and the buffalo belong to Africa's Big Five. This term refers to the 5 most dangerous animals, which also include the lion, leopard, and rhinoceros. Interestingly, herbivores and birds in most cases coexist peacefully with each other in the same territory. The lilac-breasted roller lives alone or in pairs. They build their nests in tree hollows. A clutch can have from 2 to 4 eggs. Both the male and female take turns incubating the eggs. The female always chooses the winner of ritual battles for mating. The males organize spectacular aerial duels, striking each other with their wings and trying to force their opponent to the ground. It is wonderful that national parks and other reserves have become a safe home for many interesting animals and birds that might have disappeared without these places. Unfortunately, that is exactly what is happening. Some species can now be found exclusively in protected areas. This space is free from poachers. Only tourists, lovers of adventure and nature come here. And such visits are only possible in accordance with the national park's regulations. However, during your trip, do not forget the necessary precautions. No matter how friendly and cheerful the local inhabitants may seem, remember these are wild animals. To witness Chobe is to witness life at its most raw and magnificent. It is a world that existed long before us, and one that asks not for our interference but for our reverence. For in the survival of this sanctuary, we may just find a reflection of our own. And as dusk falls, this place continues its story, untouched by time, untouched by man.
The Congo River, originating from northern Zambia and winding through the entire territory of the Democratic Republic of Congo, is not only the natural border between the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo, but also holds the title of the world's deepest river. With depths reaching up to 720 feet, the Congo River flows powerfully, carrying 1.45 million cubic feet of water per second into the Atlantic Ocean, ranking second only to the Amazon in water discharge. Local people call this river Nzambinziam, the Great River. Along its journey, the Congo River touches the lives of countless people, creating an endless cycle of connection. Every November, as the sun begins to set over the river, a unique phenomenon takes shape. Millions of fruit bats gather along the riverbanks, preparing for a grand migration that few know about. Guided by ancient instincts, these bats leave the depths of the Congo rainforest and embark on a journey to Kasanka National Park in Zambia. This journey of over 620 miles is not just for food, but is essential for ecological balance. Have you ever thought about their crucial role in ecosystem preservation? As they migrate, they feed on wild fruits and scatter seeds everywhere, aiding forest regeneration and supporting biodiversity in the Congo rainforest. Throughout this arduous journey, the bats face significant challenges, such as climate change, natural predators, and the need to find safe resting spots. Yet their resilience and adaptability are extraordinary. They travel in large groups, a strategy for protection from predators, and use the Earth's magnetic field to navigate, a remarkable natural feat. Finally, upon reaching Kasanka National Park, the night sky transforms into a stage for a stunning wildlife spectacle. This small Zambian park becomes a gathering spot for millions, creating one of the world's most spectacular natural scenes. Between October and December, imagine this sight: millions of bats filling the sky, creating a vibrant tapestry within the wild. Kasanka Park becomes the destination for a magnificent natural event, with up to 10 million fruit bats in attendance. This natural phenomenon not only attracts researchers, but also draws nature enthusiasts from around the globe. This grand migration is a testament to the power and incredible complexity of Central Africa's ecosystem, reminding us that even in the most remote places, nature follows its cycles that transcend time and human boundaries. Leaving the Congo River, the journey ascends to the mountains of Virunga National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo, home to one of this region's most iconic animals, the majestic gorilla. With a calm yet powerful presence, gorillas are not only the giants of the deep forest, but also symbols of resilience and conservation efforts. Did you know that each gorilla family, or troop, lives in a tight-knit group led by an adult male known as the silverback? With a distinctive silver stripe on its back, the silverback takes on the role of protector and caretaker for the entire group. Each gorilla troop has a highly organized structure with strong family bonds, ensuring the survival and well-being of every member. Females typically give birth to only one infant every 4 years, and the young stay with their mother until they reach maturity. This slow reproduction rate makes each newborn gorilla crucial to the species' survival. Despite their physical strength, gorillas are gentle animals, spending most of their time foraging and caring for their families. The presence of gorillas in an area often signals that the ecosystem is still intact. Therefore, conserving gorillas is not only about protecting a single species, but also preserving vast forests and countless other creatures that depend on them. Protecting gorillas means preserving a natural heritage for future generations, ensuring that Congo's forests remain a sanctuary for biodiversity and a global treasure. In the remote southwestern region of Congo, along the border with Gabon, Konkowadi-Duli National Park is home to another fascinating primate species, often seen close to the ground or hiding in the tree canopy. There is a deadly creature with a unique relationship to its surroundings, the black mamba, a graceful and lethal predator. This snake weaves through the savannas and forests of sub-Saharan Africa, like a ghost lurking in the shadows. Reaching lengths of up to 14 feet, the black mamba is the longest venomous snake on this continent and one of the most feared. Its slender but muscular body can reach incredible speeds of up to 12 miles per hour. Though capable of climbing trees, the black mamba is most at ease moving on the ground, where its olive-gray skin blends perfectly with fallen leaves and the hard earth. Despite its fierce reputation, the black mamba often chooses flight over confrontation. When threatened, it raises the front part of its body, displaying its inky black mouth as a clear warning sign. If necessary, it will strike with lightning speed. Yet, this deadly snake plays a vital role in the ecosystem, controlling populations of small rodents and helping maintain natural balance. Also hidden in the African rainforest is another venomous snake scientifically known as Atheris squamagira, or the tree viper. With vibrant colors ranging from emerald green to orange yellow, this snake lives in the dense canopy of the Congo basin, spending most of its life high in the branches. Its slender body and prehensile tail allow the tree viper to move gracefully among the branches. Though it only measures about 28 to 35 inches in length, don't let its small size fool you. This snake possesses long fangs and highly potent venom that can paralyze its prey in an instant. The tree viper's prey typically includes small mammals, birds, and amphibians. In the Congo rainforest ecosystem, the tree viper plays an essential role as a predator, helping to control populations of small vertebrates and maintain natural balance. Additionally, it is part of the complex food web in the forest and serves as prey for certain birds of prey. Thus, despite its small size and quiet life in the treetops, the tree viper is a crucial link supporting biodiversity in a rich and intricate ecosystem. The Congo rainforest is home to an endless battle between predator and prey, a dance of life that never ceases. What would it be like if you always had to stay alert, constantly observing everything around you? That's the survival secret of the chameleon, the spies of the jungle. Though small, chameleons have an array of extraordinary abilities that help them survive in a world full of danger. With a perpetually serious expression and bulging eyes that can move 360 degrees like surveillance cameras, chameleons stay vigilant, monitoring every movement around them. And when they lock onto prey, they strike in a style that's unmistakable. Their tongue, faster than the blink of an eye, shoots out like a spring to snatch up their target. These little chameleons truly are unique characters of the jungle. Did you know some species are even more fascinating? The Jackson's chameleon, also known as the horned chameleon, is one of those unique species. With 3 horns, 1 on its nose and 2 above its eyes, the Jackson's chameleon resembles a mythical creature, evoking images of the Triceratops dinosaur. These horns, especially prominent in males, are primarily used to display dominance and to fight for territory. Jackson's chameleons are renowned for their incredible camouflage skills and their ability to change color. This isn't just a way to hide from predators, it also serves as a means of communication and helps regulate body temperature. Additionally, there is another remarkable chameleon species, the veiled chameleon, originally from the mountainous regions of Yemen and Saudi Arabia, but also found in the forests of the Congo. With a tall crest on its head resembling a helmet, the veiled chameleon easily stands out as an icon in the chameleon world. Worldwide, there are around 200 species of chameleons, famed for their camouflage abilities and adaptability to diverse environments, from tropical forests to arid deserts. Notably, Madagascar is home to most chameleon species, with approximately 150 species found only on this island. Millions of years of geographic isolation have allowed for a wide variety of chameleon species to evolve here, many of which cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Among them are the vividly colored panther chameleon and the Malagasy giant chameleon, the largest chameleon species, reaching lengths of up to 27 inches, including its tail. The presence of chameleons enriches the rainforest ecosystem and serves as a vibrant example of Earth's adaptability and biodiversity. In this unique world, we can't overlook the tiny pygmy chameleon, measuring only 29 millimeters, an astonishing miniature marvel of nature. Science continues to discover new chameleon species. On average, 2 to 5 new chameleon species are documented each year, often due to expeditions to unexplored areas or advancements in research technology, such as molecular genetics. This technology helps identify subtle differences among species that look remarkably similar. Each chameleon species has unique adaptive traits to survive in its specific environment, from skillful camouflage to evade predators, to impressive displays to attract mates. To protect these fascinating creatures, preserving their natural habitats and continuing research are essential to better understand their incredible diversity. On a gentle, sunny day in the Congo forest, Kofi, a lively young chimpanzee, is having a delightful time with his mother, Nyota. Kofi is a little explorer, always curious about everything around him. His entire day passes under the watchful, protective eye of his mother, his first and most important teacher in life. Nyota teaches Kofi to identify safe fruits to eat, how to use sticks to catch termites, and how to recognize signs of danger in the deep forest. Meanwhile, Mosey, Kofi's father, plays an essential role in the troop. As one of the leading males, Mosey protects the group and ensures all members have access to vital resources. Mosey's presence brings not only respect, but also reassurance, helping young chimps like Kofi grow up in safety. This chimpanzee family is more than just a group of animals living together. It's a close-knit society built on connection and sharing, where each member has a distinct role and value. The chimps in the Congo forest not only live in groups, but also share a rich culture, passed down from generation to generation. Congo chimps are famous for their tool use skills, a habit that can vary between groups, reflecting unique cultural diversity in each troop. Through observation and imitation, Kofi will learn the family traditions, much like humans adopt culture from those before them. We share about 98% of our DNA with this species, and studies have shown they can express complex emotions such as joy, sadness, and empathy. The genetic and behavioral similarities over thousands of years have fostered a special connection between chimps and humans, marked by mutual respect and curiosity. In the Congo rainforest ecosystem, chimps play a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. As they eat fruit, they disperse seeds throughout the forest, aiding in tree regeneration. Additionally, as predators of insects and small vertebrates, chimps help control the populations of these species, preventing overpopulation. Coffee, still young and full of energy, represents the continuation of an ancient culture that has shaped the Congo forest for thousands of years. Coffee's story is a reminder that evolution is not just a struggle for survival, but a continuous process of learning and adaptation, creating beings with rich, complex lives, much like our own. Alongside chimpanzees, bonobos are another fascinating primate species, often mistaken for chimpanzees, but actually distinct, with unique social behaviors and characteristics. Bonobos inhabit the tropical forests of the Congo Basin in the Democratic Republic of Congo, known for their matriarchal social structure and peaceful lifestyle. Unlike chimpanzees, bonobos have a smaller, slender body, a dark face with pink lips, a longer torso, and arms proportionally longer than their bodies. They also walk upright more frequently than chimpanzees. One of the most notable traits of bonobos is their high level of sociability. While chimpanzees are often territorial and can be aggressive, bonobos resolve conflicts and maintain group harmony through social interactions. Bonobo society is organized around female leadership, with older, experienced females typically holding leadership positions. This stands in stark contrast to chimpanzee society, where males are dominant. In bonobo communities, mothers play a central role in the lives of male offspring, creating a nurturing and connected matriarchal society. The presence of bonobos reminds us of the diversity and richness in the animal kingdom, hinting at how different social structures can coexist and sustainably thrive in nature. The mother-offspring relationship in bonobo society can last a lifetime. Mothers not only nurture, but also help their young integrate into the community and even assist in finding mates. This close family bond contributes to the harmony and cooperation that characterize bonobo communities. Studies have shown that bonobos can understand complex concepts and display empathy and altruism. In experiments, they show a tendency to help others, even when there's no direct benefit to themselves, a trait we also see in humans. Bonobos are truly remarkable, showing us a unique social structure and an alternative way of resolving conflicts. Their existence reminds us that even in the wild, there is room for peace, cooperation, and mutual respect. Understanding and protecting bonobos not only preserves biodiversity, but also offers deeper insights into the social lives and emotions of primates, including ourselves. In this part of the Congo forest, another creature embodies the genius of nature, the African gray parrot. Known for its ability to mimic sounds and even human speech, this bird possesses a sharp and curious mind. Despite its small size, its brain is surprisingly complex, enabling it to solve problems, build social relationships, and even grasp abstract concepts. African gray parrots are not just mimics, they are communicators, capable of expressing emotions and needs, a trait that continues to captivate researchers. Alongside this intelligent parrot, another graceful creature glides through the shadows of the forest, the okapi. With zebra-like stripes and an almost mystical appearance, the okapi is a marvel of beauty and adaptation. Despite its distinctive appearance, this animal is very shy, living quietly within the dense Congo forests, avoiding human sight. With a long, flexible tongue, the okapi feeds on the highest leaves and hidden fruits deep within the canopy. Its striped patterns and dark tones provide perfect camouflage, allowing it to blend into the forest as it moves almost silently through the trees, evading predators. Alongside the okapi, another striped creature, the bongo, scientifically known as Trigolaphus eurycerus, stands out. The bongo is a large antelope with a deep red coat adorned with white vertical stripes that help it blend into the dense forest vegetation. Shy and solitary creatures, bongo's stripes not only provide camouflage, but may also help them recognize one another within their species. This antelope is nocturnal, exploring the Congo forest by moonlight, creating an elegant and mysterious presence in the darkness of the natural world. In the shadowy depths of the Congo rainforest, where every sound and glimmer of light feels mysterious and strange, the rare bongo moves quietly like a ghost. With its striking, contrasting striped coat, the bongo appears as a vibrant, living work of art within the green forest, rarely seen even once in a lifetime. However, the journey to find wildlife in the Congo forest faces not only nature's challenges, but also the impacts of war, mineral extraction, and uncontrolled deforestation. This land, deeply scarred, bears painful wounds, yet continues to beat resiliently like the youthful heart of Africa, never ceasing. Do we have the courage to stand up and protect this pristine beauty from the fierce threats posed by humanity? As we reach the end of our journey through the Congo rainforest, the image remains strong. A land filled with challenges, yet far from defeated. Like the powerful blood that flows through the people of Congo, this land rises resiliently despite adversity. The Congo rainforest is not only a haven for wildlife like the bongo, but also a symbol of endurance and hope. What do you think? Perhaps each of us carries a small part of that strength within. Let this story inspire us to protect this sacred land and the resilient people who call it home. Our team at Nature Moment extends our deepest gratitude to Congo and Mother Africa. May we, from the depths of our hearts, cherish and preserve the beautiful, untamed gifts that nature has given us.
Not far from the resting adults, a group of cubs, the newest generation of the Blood and Fire Society, are enjoying a morning free from immediate danger. Kenny, Jack and Simba, three playful young males along with two females, Lisa and Maya, are fully absorbed in exploring the lagoon's edge. Curiosity is their driving force. Every ripple of the water, every unfamiliar movement beneath the mud sparks a new fascination. Suddenly, the water surface nearby gently ripples. It is a relic from an ancient time, a creature of patience and sudden violence. Little more than a log with eyes, it glides through the shallows, unseen, unheard, unknown. It is a medium-sized crocodile, a master of concealment. Lisa is the first to halt, her ears, swivel eyes widening instantly. She does not advance immediately, but instinctively lowers her body, adopting a silent predatory crouch. Jack, the cleverest of the group, swiftly registers the movement. Kenny, however, is far more cautious and remains positioned slightly back, observing. They communicate with tiny guttural chirps, sounds meant only for their own kind. And then, as if by some innate signal, one of the lionesses, Maya's mother, emerges from the distance. She stands perfectly still at the very edge of the reed bed, watching. For a lion, a lesson is never taught, it is lived. She will not intervene. Not yet. This is a calculated risk, orchestrated under the silent, appraising gaze of experience. As the cubs draw closer, the crocodile appears entirely oblivious to the danger. But it is too late. A faint sound emerges from behind. The dominant male appears lumbering forward like a heavy, dark shadow. With the wisdom of experience, he knows this opportunity is simply too valuable to miss. In a matter of breaths, the air grows taut with tension. The lionesses form a silent, deliberate arc, wasting no movement, uttering no sound. Each step is a seamless blend of instinct and strategy, a living lesson for the next generation. As the crocodile attempts a retreat, Fang lunges. The crocodile, for all its power and armored hide, is soon overwhelmed by the collective might of these master hunters. It is the first time they have witnessed a kill of this magnitude, brought down by the collaborative power of the pride. A vital lesson that true strength is born not merely from fang and claw, but from unity and persistence. Near an ancient acacia at the swamp's edge, Blaze moves towards a low thicket, unaware of the coiled form within an African cobra. Nearly 7 feet long and armed with a potent neurotoxin, it is one of the few creatures that can give even a lion pause. The encounter is over in an instant. A misplaced paw, a reflexive strike, and a death sentence delivered. The serpent's fangs pierce the thick hide of Blaze's foreleg, pumping neurotoxic venom into his veins. He recoils not with a roar of panic, but with the quiet dignity of an old warrior who knows his fate is sealed. He turns to walk away, but after only a few hundred yards, his legs begin to fail. His vision blurs, his breathing becomes labored. It is Fang who finds him, first led not by a call but by some deeper instinct. Seeing his former leader lying still beneath a tree, Fang's eyes betray no fear, only a profound, silent emptiness. The death of Blaze marks the end of an era. Here in the wild there are no eulogies, no grand farewells. But nature understands and it adapts. Fang soon departs, retreating to the woodlands away from the inevitable conflict and struggle for succession. Maraki, young and ambitious, seizes the Central Territory, but he cannot hold it all. Gino, now a mature male in his own right, breaks away, taking several young lionesses to establish a new territory on the eastern fringe. The coalition once known as Blood and Fire is no more. The Valley of Steel and Blood, which once echoed with their unified roars, is now fractured. There is no permanent glory here, no power that does not fade. There is only the ceaseless cycle of life and the new lions who will rise from the land's memory. And as the story of these apex predators draws to a close, our own journey turns in a new direction, one that is slower, more deliberate, and fraught with its own challenges. On the wetlands surrounding Lake Nadutu, a family of African elephants endures the unforgiving dry season. They do not hunt, they do not roar, but they are the embodiment of intelligence, memory, and an unbreakable quiet strength. Beneath a sun that blisters the earth lies a stage forged in the crucible of time. This is a land of brutal, breathtaking beauty, where life and death are not opposites, but partners in an eternal, intimate dance. Upon this land, two reigning powers prepare for a new chapter in their timeless war. One relies on absolute power, solitary yet formidable. The other trusts in flawless coordination, swift, persistent, and ruthlessly adaptable. Two strategies, two natures, a confrontation that shapes the very rhythm of the savannah.